Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. I picked up Interceptor Ace Volume 2, Last Days of the Luftwaffe, 1944-45, from my local game store after our game night on Monday night. I already have Interceptor Ace Volume 1 in the collection, so I figured I'd grab this as well as a way to continue the career once I eventually get one started in Interceptor Ace. But in this video, we're going to give it a deep unboxing and see what's all in here. So let's start by flipping the box over and seeing what we've got. Interceptor Ace Volume 2, The Last Days of the Luftwaffe, places you in command of in a desperate fight against the Allied bomber fleets, and I think desperate fight should have had a space in there. Interceptor Ace Volume 2, Last Days of the Luftwaffe, 1944-45, is a solitaire, tactical level game which places you in command of a German fighter during World War II. Each turn consists of several days, during which a combat mission will be flown from one of many bases in Europe, attempting to intercept incoming American bombers. Interceptor Ace Volume 2 is based on its predecessor, Interceptor Ace Daylight Air Defense over Germany, 1943-44, by Gregory M. Smith, with a strong narrative around the pilot as you look to increase your prestige, earn skills, and rise in ranks through promotion and receive awards. The objective of the game is to conduct numerous sorties in the role of a German interceptor pilot and rack up kills. Pilots may use experience gained to improve their odds of success by purchasing skills. As their prestige increases, they may request a transfer to other fighter bases in an attempt to get closer to the action, request a newer type of fighter, or even become a jet pilot. Awards and ace status help to narrate the player's eventual goal, to become one of the top guns of the Luftwaffe. Complexity is medium, time scale is 3 to 4 days per player, map scale abstract, unit scale individual aircraft, weapon systems, crew members, etc. Number of players, 1 or more, best with 1. Suitability for solitaire is very high, designed especially for solitaire play. Average time to play, 1 mission, 15 to 20 minutes. Campaign is 2 to 4 hours. So, now that I've hurt my arm a little bit on that, let's go ahead and pull the shrink wrap off so we can actually get into the box proper. I've been really liking these tactical level war games. This year has very much been an exploratory year for me on the war game front. Whereas I started to settle in more than a little bit on what I like on the war game front. Like I said, mainly tactical level, especially with a strong narrative focus around the game. Whether it's something like a pilot's story, or even predefined, or even your own story of a mission. I have not liked at all, I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit here, I have not liked at all where the narrative in the game has felt largely predefined. And I've talked about this before with stuff like Atlantic Chase and even Absolute War to an extent, where those two games felt like the narrative was very much predefined in those games, especially being at the higher operational level. But let's go ahead, but I'm rambling on that front. Let's get this box open and see what we've got in here. Come on. Does not want to pull for me. There we go. All right, we've got our cards. Looks like our little bit of errata. Got our dice. Looks like we've got 2d6, 2d10s, and a d20. Baggies for days. Sortie log sheet. Start moving some of this stuff out of the way. And yes, the cards will need to get sleeved. Actually, I can probably put this over here for the time being. Looks like we've got our operations board. We'll pull that out. Okay, looks like a nice standard. Looks like I would say 11 by 17, but I don't think it's quite that big. We can use the rules of play. Maybe it is an 11 by 17, actually. But we'll give the rule book our cursory thumb through. That's what we've got right here, by the way. This operations map can get out of the way. And we've got a bunch of stuff here in plastic wrap. Looks like it's down here. Got a sheet. Actually, looks like we've got 3 sheets of errata here. I'm assuming it's double-sided. And they're giving us the asinine method of rolling a d20, where there's a d20 already in the box, so I'm going to be rolling that. Okay, looks like it's three. Looks like just 3 sheets of errata, which I very much welcome that. At least it's not double-sided. And we've got the various interceptor mats here, which I'm not going to, along with the pilot crew, I'm not going to thumb through all of the Interceptor Ace mat, or all of the interceptor mats. Fuel endurance tank chart with the raid chart on here. Fighter target chart. And an attack target. That'll probably make more sense as I get into it. Other various charts. Okay. More fighter targets. Bomber targets. Random event chart. Let me see if I can, okay, aircraft damage listings. I'm going to zoom this out just a touch. Position chart against a B-17. And against a B-17F, that was a G on the flip side. B-24. And a B-17 that's out of formation. And presumably an air mat for a jet fighter. And another jet fighter, it looks like. But we can get those out of shot. Actually, before we do that, we've got our counters, which once again, I need to be very careful with these because I don't want to start punching them before I'm ready for them. Which it's already starting to fall out here more than a little bit. So I'm going to try to hold that in place. And our other counter sheet. Once again, trying to be very careful. And the other side of that. Okay. We can start getting that back in the box. Once again, carefully with the counter sheet because I don't want to punch that. And one of them fell out. And a couple of the rows of counters fell out before I was ready to punch them out. See if we can put those at least somewhat back in. Looks like we got it though. Right, that can go back in there. Okay, and now we'll bring the rule book back in shot and give that our cursory thumb through. Paper seems a little bit glossy. I'll zoom in just a touch on that. There we go. And it looks like it's going to be 47 pages long, so we're probably going to thumb through this fairly quickly. Okay. Starting units and bases, which will take a D20 roll. Okay. Available aircraft. Changing bases. I'm going to take a quick swig of my drink in here because my throat's starting to get a little dry. Okay. Sequence of play and combat. Okay. Combat and disengaging. How to deal with things post-combat. Promotions. With an extended example of play, that's very cool. Prestige level, reassignment, and optional rules. Historical Jet Aces. More optional rules. I wonder if this is going to have the optional assassination of Adolf Hitler, because I know some of the other games in the series have offered that. Doesn't look like that's going to be well, I was going to say it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing here, but there's still a lot of optional rules to go. Combining games. So yep, there are rules for combining Interceptor Ace 1943 to 44. And we've got game modes. Okay. And it looks like we've got more historical context around the actual jets themselves. Historical backdrop. More historical context. Credits, rules index, and more rules index. Okay. So, I'll get everything back in the box. Okay. And that's everything in the box for Interceptor Ace Volume 2, the last days of the Luftwaffe, 1944 to 45. As far as what's scheduled on the channel, tomorrow Mystical Munchies will finish out of the official World of Warcraft cookbook with the dessert, Dalaran Brownie. Sunday we're going to have the last quarterfinal bout in the Greatest Boxer Tournament entitled Bout 2, along with the end of October recap. And then Wednesday next week, we're starting New Game November off with a new game on the channel as we debut Terraforming Mars, the dice game. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.